Hey guys, so we're going to talk real quick about servers because we haven't really talked about how to upload your files to the internet yet. So there you have a couple of options. Depending on who your web host is, you'll have the option to upload through their website directly. If you're using a freebie web hosting company, that's probably the case. If you're using a paid company, you probably also have that option, although it probably works a little better than the freebie ones. If you have a paid version, you also have the option to do FTP, which is File Transfer Protocol. I'm not sure if the free websites offer that. You might want to look into it. File Transfer Protocol is the easier way to go, in my opinion. And I'm going to show you here a program that's free for you guys to download. It's called FileZilla. It works for Mac and for PC. They have two ways to download, either for Mac or PC. And I'll show you what this looks like. All File Transfer Protocol programs look similar to this. Some look slightly different, but most of them have this double-sided pane thing where on the left side you have your computer and on the right side you have your server. So over here on the left are all of my files on my computer, right? Every single file. Actually, not just like my web design files. It's my desktop, my C drive, anything you want, because you can transfer any file you want to your server. Scrolling down here, I have all of my web design files and basically everything on my computer here. Okay. On the right side, you would see your server and its file structure, and depending on what you have up on your server, it would look different than what I have on mine. Alright, so I'm just going to go to my desktop here and go find my root folder, which we've named Carlos Chapin, and there's all the files we've been working on in class. They're all right there. In order to transfer over your files, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a host name, which you'll get from your web hosting company. Typically, it's something as simple as FTP followed by the name of your domain. So it would be yourwebsite.com or whatever. Sometimes it's different. Check with your web host, but usually it's a safe bet. That's what it is. Your username and password, they either give you the option to set yourself, or they give you a temporary one that you can then change later. So again, you have to check with your web hosting company for that. Once you've inputted these in here, though, and depending on the program you use, if you use FileZilla or something else, they'll get saved. You want to set up your websites and save them, so you don't have to enter your username and password every time. I also have a quick history here of places I've been recently, servers I've been using recently. So I'm going to go to my server, and here's all the websites that the server is hosting for me. Actually, I have quite a few websites that it's hosting for me right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the carloschapin.com site here. And I wanted to show you guys one thing. I keep telling you that everything on your server needs to match exactly what's on your computer. The one folder that doesn't matter if it matches or not is the root folder. So in this case, it's called carloschapin.com, but I can change this to I'll change it to just root folder. That's the one that doesn't matter if it matches. So over here, it's carloschapin.com, and on my left side, it's root folder, and they don't match. That's the only one that doesn't matter. I'm telling you this because the free web host, the 00 web host, tells you to upload all your files to the public_HTML. That's your root folder on your server for that free web host. So if you're using that one, don't delete that folder. Just dump all your files into it. You don't need to dump your root folder into it, just your files themselves. Okay. So I'm going to create a new folder here, just to prove you that that's how it works. And I'll name it Mart 370. Since that's the name of this course. So in this case, this is going to act as my root folder. So you can pretend that's public_HTML if you're using the freebie. Okay, it's the exact same thing. It's just a folder. Don't need to be scared. Okay, and you'll notice it doesn't match my root folder over here, and that's perfectly fine. As soon as I go inside of it, everything matches. Then we're fine. So I'm going to upload my files now. And let the video catch up here. There we go. So nothing's inside of there. It's empty. So I'm going to select all of these. Depending on the program you're using to upload your files, it might work differently. In this one, I can just right-click and select Upload, and I can select one file at a time or multiple files at once. Others have a button in the center here that lets you just move things from left to right. So it just depends on the program you're using. So I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to upload. And it's a pretty quick upload. So all my files are up here on this side now. There's still a couple of them transferring as we speak, and it's done. Okay, so all my images are in here now, my CSS files are in here now, and all my HTML files are here now. So these are now live. These are no longer just on my computer. These are actually on a server. So if I go to this directory, so it's a folder, right, Mart370 folder, and I copy this, I'm going to go to carloschapin.com/ the name of that folder. There's my website. This is actually live. It's online. You guys can go visit this link here, carloschapin.com/ Mart370, and it'll be there for you guys to look at. You could also look at the code if you'd like. Most web browsers let you do this. If this is Chrome, in Chrome you would go to Tools and View Source, and you can see the code here, everything we've been typing. You could also click on the href for my CSS, and it'll take you to my CSS file that you can then look at and copy if you'd like. Different web browsers have that ability in different ways. Internet Explorer and Firefox have it up at the top under the View tab. You click on View and you go down to View Source or View Code or something like that. Different browsers call it different things, but it's there for you guys to use, so take advantage of it. If you're using 00 web host, again, I'm just going to go over this again real quick, and I'm going to check here if I had a account with them, because I maybe set up an account as a demo for my last class. Let's see. You know, actually, I don't think I did. But again, if you're using this one, it's going to ask you for that public_.html folder to not be deleted. Just dump all your files into there. Don't dump your root folder into there. Just dump your files into them. Okay, all your files, your images folder, your CSS folder, and all of your HTML files. What else should I cover? Let the video catch up here real quick. So to this point, we've only talked about FileZilla, but let's talk about some of the other options you have. FileZilla is free, which is awesome, and easy to use, which is also awesome, as I've shown you here. There's some other options though. Let's go take a look at a couple of them. There's WSFTP, which has been a popular one over the years. They used to have a free version, WSFTP LE, the Learning Edition. I don't know if that's still the case. In fact, I'm pretty sure they don't have it anymore. So this is a paid-for FTP program, but it works the exact same way as FileZilla. In fact, it almost looks identical to FileZilla once they've made upgrades to the UI, but it's the exact same thing. And it's probably the most expensive one. And then for Mac, you have oh no, it's not Toaster. What am I looking for? What's the name for the Mac one? It has a little dog as the icon. Fetch, there it is. I don't know why I thought it was Toaster. Fetch is a FTP program for Mac. As a little dog. You might already have it installed on your computer. I don't know if it comes pre-installed on Macs or not, but you can buy it. And I believe it's $29, so not that expensive. Again, this one actually looks a little different than FileZilla and WSFTP, the way their interface works, but it's the same concept. They use only one window pane, and then you upload and download from, but that's the only difference. It's the exact same protocol for everything, so no need to worry about that. So feel free to dig around the different, do some research and figure out which FTP programs work best for you. Check with your web host to get the username and the password and all that good stuff, and you should be alright. So what I'm showing you here is you can upload any files you want to your server, which is kind of like a secondary use. You could use it to store files even if they're not for your website. I just went to a folder there that had a bunch of pictures that I took for a photo shoot for some people. So if you do have a paid-for server, it's kind of like having free storage, right? You can back up all your computer files on your server, and you don't have to give people access to it online. But it's just, remember, a server is just a computer that stores files, so you can store all your files yourself there. So hopefully that clears up some confusion about the server stuff, and we'll continue making some videos here.